Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a brand new mom tag. I saw this on Emily Norris's channel a few days ago. She came up with this tag and I thought, yes, I want to do this tag. It's been a good while since I have done a mom tag, just a fun answering questions video, so I'm looking forward to doing this today. I talked with my friend Vera over at her channel, Mrs. Vera, and she wanted to do this tag too, so we decided to do this as a collab. She has a channel with a lot of similar videos to mine. She is a mom and she does a lot of mommy videos and what I eat in a day and grocery hauls and those kind of videos. So I'm going to post a link down in the description below to her mom tag and make sure you watch that after you watch mine. So let's get started with this tag, and this tag has, let's see, 15 questions, and then at the end I will tag some other mummies as well. Alright, the first question is favorite mom hack. I don't know if this is technically a hack, but it's definitely a game changer in our household, and that is that the kids have alarm clocks. They have the clocks, I think this is called a grow clock, that turns green at a certain time. You can choose what time you want it to turn green. So our kids have theirs set to 7 o'clock. Actually, they don't even have them set to the green right now. My oldest two just tell their younger siblings what time it is and what time they can get up. But all of my kids know 7 o'clock is when they can get up in the morning, and it's just so nice to know that that is when they'll be up, unless something like someone's sick or something. For the most part, I won't see them in the morning until 7, and that is just so nice. Question number 2. Most embarrassing mom moment. Okay, I'm gonna have a little story time with Julie here. You'll hear some stories I have for some of these questions I was looking through and trying to figure out what I'm gonna answer for each of them. So, my most embarrassing mom moment. It's kind of most embarrassing, most overwhelming. I don't think it's your typical most embarrassing story. I'll go on with the story. So, very soon after Zara was born, my fourth, I had, at the time she was born, I had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and then my newborn baby girl. Probably about 3 or 4 weeks after she was born, my husband had to work on a Sunday, and so I had to take all 4 kids to church by myself for the first time on a Sunday morning. And I got to church. My kids were all anxious like usual, like, can we go in, can we go in? I let my 2 boys go in together. So my 5-year-old boy, looking back now, I'm like, as if he was only 5, because I felt like he's my oldest, he's responsible, and now I'm like, wait, he was only 5. Anyways, he wanted to go into the church, go into his class. I said, okay, take your 2-year-old brother, Simeon's hand, and walk in together, and I will come in with the 2 girls. And so I saw them go across, I saw them right by the door into the church, and then I looked away, I grabbed the girls, we went into the church. So we went up the stairs and we took our coats off and stuff, and I assumed Elijah had gone into his class, I assumed Simeon had gone into his class. Their classes are right by where we hung up our coats. So I hung up my coat, and then I went and peeked into Simeon's class, and he wasn't there. And I was kind of feeling a little bit like, oh no. So I peeked into Elijah's class, and he was there, and I said, where is Simeon? And he said, when I opened the door to come into the church, he didn't want to come in, so I just went in by myself. What? Looking back now, like, okay, he was only 5, so that's what a 5-year-old would do, right? They're not that responsible yet. But I was like, how did you not tell me? Like, he didn't come in. So I quickly ran down the stairs, and sure enough, someone was just bringing him into the church, my 2-year-old, saying, oh yeah, he was just like walking around the parking lot. And I was embarrassed for sure, but I was mostly just overwhelmed, thinking like, I can't handle 4 kids by myself. Like, I tried to bring 4 kids to church, and my toddler is running around the parking lot, and like, I cannot handle these kids by myself. So it was a little bit embarrassing. I was just like, everybody sees like, Julie can't even handle her kids. She has too many kids. I don't know. It was mostly just like, okay, God, you gave me these 4 kids. I obviously cannot handle them all by myself. So please keep them safe. Please help me to be able to manage all these kids. And anyways, that's the story that first came to mind with my most embarrassing mom moment. Question number 3, what part of the day do you love the most? Definitely first thing in the morning. My kids, especially when I have a baby, so my little 5-month-old right now, like the morning he is just so happy and cheerful and fun, and after a long night of not seeing the kids, and I'm just kind of refreshed. Most mornings I wake up refreshed and I just feel happy to see all their faces, and morning is definitely my favorite time. What part of the day do you like the least? I have always not liked that time right before supper. So after naps up until supper time, like most of the day we have a bit of a routine going, and like we do this first thing in the morning, and then we do school, and then we have lunch, and that, this and that. And that time's kind of always like a dead, like empty time. Like, what do we do? And so if I have a toddler or a baby, often that is a crankier time, and I have to get supper going, and lots of different reasons, but I would say that that little block of time is my least favorite of the day. All right, I'm just gonna cut right in here really quick because I was just rewatching my video and realized I never answered question number 5. So question number 5 is, what is the worst thing that someone said to you while you were pregnant? So when I was pregnant with my very first one, Elijah, my first son, I was probably about halfway through my pregnancy, and I was nannying a couple of kids, and so I would drop them off at their like Montessori school every day. And one of the days I dropped them off at the Montessori school, and the ladies who were working there were just talking to me about like pregnancy and like if I was having a boy or a girl and all that. And I said, well, I'm not going to find out. And so they were going through all the old wives' tales of like what happens if you're having a boy and what happens if you're having a girl. And then the one woman said, well, if you're having a girl, the girl will steal the mom's beauty. And then literally 5 seconds later, she said, I am sure you're having a girl. And yeah, how rude. I'm not quite sure if that's what she meant by it, because she was talking about other old wives' tales too. But she said it right after saying that a girl steals their mom's beauty. So I was like, yeah, thanks so much. Anyways, I wanted to make sure to answer that question. Back over to the other part of the video for number 6. My next question is a baby name you didn't agree on. There were so many baby names as we were going through like baby books that my husband and I didn't agree on. First names that come to mind, Andrew liked the name. He brought it up for quite a few of our pregnancies. He brought up the name Enoch, and I think it's too out there. I don't like that name. Not for my child anyways. And then I, a couple times, brought up the name Violet because I think that is pretty, and my husband doesn't like it. So those are the first 2 names that come to mind, but there were quite a few of them. Do you co-sleep? Yes, I have definitely co-slept a bit through the years. I'm not like a big like co-sleeper. Like co-sleeping is the best, and some moms I think love co-sleeping. I would so much rather be in the bed by myself and not have someone else with me. I sleep so much better. I like to be able to move around, and I sleep better without a baby in the bed. But right now I'm kind of in that, what do I call it, survival mode where like if I want to sleep, for the most part, Wesley has to be in bed with me, or he is not sleeping well at all and I'm in and out of bed. So honestly, that's the easiest. That's what we do. So with all of my babies, we co-slept for at least a little while after they were born. Something you bought but never used. Something I bought but never used. I would say, as far as baby things go, before Zara was born, my 4th, I bought her a rock and play. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's like a little bassinet, but it rocks. And I thought, I think a baby would love this, because my babies, I always felt like right after they were born, like laying them in this flat bassinet, they always felt like they weren't cuddled at all. So I thought the rock and play she would like. Nope, she ended up hating the swing, and she hated the rock and play too. And right from the get-go, she was a tummy sleeper and not a back sleeper. So anything where I tried to get her to sleep in something where she laid on her back, she wouldn't sleep. She didn't like it at all. Then I gave it away. Now I think with my 5th, I think he would have loved the rock and play, but you just never know. Every baby is different. Number 9, 3 hospital bag must-haves. I have never had a hospital birth. As some of you guys might know, all of mine were home births. That's going to be a question later on too. So hospital bag must-haves, I don't really know. I would say lip balm. I definitely will use that in labor. Pads, big old lady underwear. Yeah. Number 10, are you a routine mom or a go with the flow mom, and what does bedtime look like? Okay, I'm definitely more of a routine mom, definitely. What does bedtime look like? Okay, I'll try to go through this quickly. So we have supper on a night that we're home. Often we're out and have activities in the evenings, but if we're home, we have supper. We have a little bit of playtime, cleaning up from supper time. The kids bathe a couple times a week, but not every night. The kids will get in pajamas. We'll like brush teeth, everything. They're all ready for bed. And then if we have enough time, we'll watch a couple of Dude Perfect videos. That's one of my kids' most recent favorite things, is like, can we watch Dude Perfect before bed? So we might watch 2 Dude Perfect videos if bedtime has gone smoothly so far. We'll do bedtime devotions, sing, pray. The 2 little ones go to the bathroom, then they go to bed right at 7:30. Usually we're tucking them in. And then Charity and Elijah go to our room and they read books on my bed for a bit. And then at 7:45, Charity has to go to bed. And then at 8 o'clock, Elijah has to go to bed. So that's what we're doing right now. And it's working really, really well. Not having all the kids going to bed at the exact same time, kind of staggering their bedtimes, is working really well. My next question is, what type of labor did you have and what pain relief did you choose? So like I said, I did have 5 home births with no pain relief. So yeah, home births, natural births. Number 12, have you ever been mom shamed? My first reaction is no. And then in thinking about it a little bit more, if you can call it it's kind of a stretch to call it mom shaming. But when we got pregnant, especially with our 5th, I definitely got some more negative comments, and it wasn't people trying to be like, okay, they were trying to be rude, but they were kind of trying to like be rude but say it in a nice way, you know, where it's like, I'll just say this joke, but there's like a serious base to it. Like a couple of our neighbors just, I don't know, just said stuff like, don't you have anything better to do? Like just watch TV or something. Like, yeah, okay. And then another one of my neighbors was like, I thought you were already busy. Like, and I know they're just like making a joke, but you could tell that they're kind of serious, like, you're crazy having 5 kids. And then just from strangers too, like just a couple comments like that like were negative. So I don't know if that's necessarily mom shaming. Other than that, like for decisions I make as a mom, I don't think I've really had too much negativity towards me. The biggest challenges you faced since becoming a mom. That is a hard one, because the biggest challenges I've faced since becoming a mom, like there are challenges all the time. Like there are challenges as I was having my first and adjusting. Sorry, my foot is asleep. I'm sitting on my foot. Okay. There were challenges having my first baby. There were challenges, you know, as I was having a toddler, and challenges as I had another baby in, and like every season of life in motherhood, there are different challenges. So to pick like the biggest challenge and all that is tricky. I know I've said this before, but I find when my kids are lying, that is one of my biggest challenges, because I have such a I'm like, don't lie to me. But it's just hard to deal with, because it's like it's not a clear like right and wrong. I'm like trying to get down to the bottom of it. Like, are you lying to me? Are you telling me the truth? That is one of my hardest parenting things. One of the biggest things right when I became a mom was being with my baby all the time and just realizing the huge responsibility that was completely on me. I did so much babysitting and nannying and working in a daycare and that kind of thing before becoming a mom. And I thought I knew what I was in for, but having a baby that was completely dependent on me, and it wasn't like 9 to 5 and then you're going home. Like, that was tricky, realizing that I have this baby 24/7. Everything I do, all like the repercussions is all still me. Like there's no break of this baby going to anybody else. So that was one of the biggest challenges, I think, in having a new baby. All right, 2 more questions. My next question, the best advice, okay, it's actually kind of a 2-in-1. The best advice you've ever been given and biggest piece of advice you'd give to a new mom. I'll try to get through these quickly because I know I'm kind of dragging on long here. Okay, the best advice I've been given as a mom is probably to not compare to other moms. Don't compare to other babies. Don't compare, as in don't compare your babies to other babies. Don't compare your situation to someone else's situation. Everybody is different. Every situation is different. Every relationship is different. Every, child is different. And you really just can't compare your journey to somebody else's journey. The biggest piece of advice you'd give to a new mom is these seasons don't last forever, and don't try to rush these seasons. And I've said it in other videos before, but I remember with my first, and he would not like to sleep in his bassinet. He would just sleep so much better in our bed. And looking back now, like I probably would have slept so much better if I was just like, fine, you can just sleep in our bed. But instead I was like trying to put him in his own bed every night and frustrated that he wouldn't sleep in his own bed, thinking he's never going to sleep through the night. He's never gonna get out of our bed and all these things. And they always come to a time where they are ready to move on to that next stage, like potty training. If you rush it too early, it's not going to go well, but if you wait, it goes smoother. Same with a lot of other things as your baby is growing and the different seasons they're in. If you try to like push them to get out of that season, it's going to be hectic, it's going to be hard, but just try to relax, knowing that these short seasons really are that. They really are short. My last question, I'm going to have the lamest answer ever, but the question is, who's your mom crush? And I thought about that for honestly a long time. I was actually laying in bed last night thinking, is there anybody I can think of? And I honestly can't say I can think of anybody who I would classify as a mom crush. Like, sure, I have other mom friends. I see moms on YouTube and, popular moms nowadays that like, I do see people that I admire something about them, or there's something I would like to be. But I really couldn't think of anybody that I would classify as a mom crush, so I'm sorry, my answer is so lame. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and tag 4 mommy friends. I'm going to tag Allison from Allison Bird. I'm going to tag Allison from The Life of a Homeschool Mom. I'm going to tag Katie from Now That I'm a Mother, and I'm going to tag Tabitha Kelly. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Tell me any of your mom stories or like your most embarrassing moment as a mom down below. I love to hear answers like that. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon.